Right after I started at SRP, the first booster campaign as an employee, I called my dad and I mentioned to him that they were asking us to give money and that I didn't really think I could afford to do it. He told me that being a booster is part of being an SRP employee, that it's part of the culture here. And he also said that as bad as you think your situation is, you never know how much worse off someone else is. So he really encouraged me to give, even if it was just a little bit. My dad came from very humble beginnings. Money was tight, and when he was 17, he dropped out of high school and he went in the Navy so that he could send his paychecks home to his parents. When he came home, he went back to school at night and he managed to get his diploma when he was 43. And then only a few years later, he got a job at SRP. Going through those difficult times is what made him so compassionate toward other people and made him want to give to other people.
You know, my grandpa, he was kind of a father figure for me, and he always talked about SRP when I was growing up, how great of a company it was. He was really proud to be a part of SRP, and he passed about 14 years ago, but I always remembered that. Being a part of Boosters is the same as being a part of SRP. You know, it's SRP, we're all about tradition, and Boosters is one of the greatest traditions that we have.
As a donor, I've been involved since I started here 3 years ago. I have given to Special Olympics, to Gompers, because I know those are great agencies serving special needs kids. And I'm also giving to Angel Acres because I've seen firsthand what wonderful, amazing, life-changing work they do. They offer horse therapy for these children. And it's a beautiful experience because you see children who are shy or have social disorders or have just been through major trauma, and the connection that they make with the horses when they work with them in the ranch is really transformational. My son Sammy has autism, so I was excited to try it out but nervous. Every time we went, he got better and better. He started talking to the volunteers, asking to brush the horses. There was one particular horse he was asking for, which was really amazing because he knew which one he wanted and he requested because he was making a connection with that animal, which is huge for a child with autism. After the first day, I was so confident that what they were doing was going to make a difference that I couldn't wait every Saturday to go.
I've been in the Boosters since I joined Salt River Project 33 years ago, and I just thought it was a good way to give back to the community, and it seemed like the Booster organization tried to help local charities and local organizations, and I thought it was a good idea.
Dad created a culture in our family of giving back. He was a good role model in that way. And that's probably part of the reason why I feel so strongly about it today. And you know, I think that's what makes America great, is individuals giving back to their community, to organizations that they choose. My mentality there is probably because of the way I was raised, you know, culture of giving.
I volunteered to help load buses for the Phoenix Children's Hospital for a diabetic camp called Camp Masca. And when we were loading the buses, I got to team up with this doctor, and he was telling me how the kids segregate into groups with catheters and some that do not have catheters. It's kind of like a status symbol. And he said that the very first year he went there, he noticed this boy off to the side crying, and he asked him what was wrong. And he's crying, and he just said, "I can't take the pain anymore." He said, "I have to give myself so many shots, it just hurts, my whole body aches all the time." He says, "What if I took a shot every time you took a shot?" He says, "Steve, by the end of that week, my body was so sore, I ached all over." He said, "I got to go home." But the boy had to keep taking shots for the rest of his life. When you donate to the Phoenix Children's Hospital through Boosters, the money can go to help buy catheters for some of these kids that cannot afford them.
Throughout a century of Arizona's history, the Boosters tradition of giving to nonprofits has lasted over 60 years. This amazing accomplishment would not have been possible without extraordinary employees like you.
IBEW Local 266 has been a part of Boosters for 44 years, and I've personally been involved with Boosters for 28 years. From generation to generation, employees of SRP are there to help their neighbors and our community through tough times.
If you're new to SRP, Now is a great time to start your own tradition of giving. And if you're a seasoned booster, please take some time to spread the word on how easy it can be to make a big difference in people's lives.
Your influence could spark a spirit of giving that carries on for generations.
Our community needs us now more than ever. Thank you for showing just how caring SRP employees can be.
Together, we can make a difference.
When you encourage people to give to the boosters, you just help that many more people.
There are always people who are more in need than you are.
Your dollars are going to make a difference.
It's great to work for a solid company that values its employees the way that SRP does.
It's a very rewarding experience, and it helps you feel like you really take an active part in the community. Thank you very much.